Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo. This is Metaphysical Empowerment and Wellness Events. We host events throughout the Northwest, and we interview our readers, healers, and spiritual product vendors so you can get to know who we are before you meet us at a fair. I'm here today interviewing Sharon and Rose. Sharon, it's lovely to have you.
Hi, it's lovely to be here.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's great for you to be here. So please tell us a bit of what is your work? What do you share at the fairs?
Sure. So what I share with others is something that my mentor actually termed, and it's called soul sit. And so I'm really opening and providing a space in this very busy, full, chaotic, delicious world to really sit and be present with the essence of one's own soul. And it sounds like a pretty simple thing, and it sounds, kind of simplistic. And the truth is, it actually is very simplistic. And I think, in this, as we get more expanded and our consciousness is just growing and growing, there is so much amazement out there. But the work that I share is really, at the absolute origination of ourselves, really coming back home and finding comfort in the simplicity of who we are, and finding, this deep acceptance of that very baseline of where everything in our lives comes from. So really it's about sitting with another. I have the capacity to really see one's soul and engage with that. So I'm just, the whole time attuning my body and attuning my presence to just be the basket that another can really lay down in and go, that's me, that's who I am, and get really relaxed there and enjoy savoring, truly what someone's essence is. So that's what I will be sharing at the fair.
So I imagine people don't come with a particular question unless they maybe they specifically know that they want you to see their soul or be with them with their soul, or they just come in for what the experience is, not knowing what it's going to be.
Beautiful question. It can go both ways because I'm attuning to where someone is at. And so sometimes the questions and the dialogue and the talking is what allows somebody to drop in deeper. So, right away when someone sits down with me, I can tell, just by both attuning as well as asking a few very simple things, what is it that's going to really take that person's hand and say, come on, sweetheart, come a little closer to yourself, versus the expansion, as I was speaking outward and drawing you away. It's what is that really delicate, it's like the role of a mother, really saying to her child, I know you're a little bit frightened. I know this is a little edgy. I know you might be a little uncomfortable, really knowing yourself, really not trying to find out who everybody else is, but really know yourself. So that's, it is both questions or experience, or really, some people are just like, I just want to drop in. I just want that sweet mother's milk, or that, that grace and honey, that really allows you just to get at home and comfortable with you.
And so how did you get started doing this work?
So, it's an interesting thing. I have training in a variety of things, which each of them have helped support me. But the truth is they also drew me away, which is really good, because the more that you can get drawn away, the more you crave and long to come back home. And so you get kind of feisty about it eventually, of like, what is it I gotta do to really be me in this world? So it's a twofold thing. I was born listening to the earth. I was born asking, who am I from a very young age, and attuning to, again, this sort of baseline of the earth's vibration, and communicating with trees and, birds and plants and creatures. So I was born doing that, and that helped me keep going, okay, the world is really amazing, but I want to keep going back to that energy, which, I'll kind of keep saying is this baseline. It's the origination point. It's a place of deep harmony and rest. So throughout my whole life, through the variety of trainings I've done, there was always that, oh, you know, it really fed a place deep in my mind. But then I was comparing and contrasting it. I'm a real researcher. I love to study people. I love to study all kinds of things. So it kept bringing me back to, and how do you take that amazing training and all the places you've been and bring it back to that baseline in you? So I would say that's what I've been doing my whole life. And some of the training that I've gone through, I'm a hypnotist, I'm a sacred sexual union facilitator, I facilitate womb wisdom, I have my master's in divinity, my background is in social work. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful things I've done in my lifetime, but coming home, you know, is the greatest of all.
That's great. I love just hearing, the pieces of your journey and the coming back in. It's great. Great. And how can people find out more about you online?
So they can find me online at SharonAnnRose.com. I'm also on Facebook and on Instagram too, under Sharon Ann Rose. And I am the proud author of a beautiful book, so that also is available both online on my website. It's called Faces of the Mother, and it really speaks to this journey of when we finally hit that spot of, you know what, I want to come home. I want to come home to my own way in the world. I want to come home to how I create and my own how-to manual, you know. So it really helps people come into that place. It's available at Powell's locally in Portland, also at New Renaissance Bookshop, and then online at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and my website, SharonAnnRose.com.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, dear.
And for those of you listening and watching, you can find us online at MetaphysicalEmpowermentEvents.com. We're in Seattle, Portland, Salem, Eugene, and now online as well. Thanks again. Thanks, Sharon.
Bye-bye.